Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend, the show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Not like every other evening, I wasn't honest at all last night, but I did say a few words. And if anyone joined in to the young commentators and the kids' voice box show last night, you would have tuned in and seen young Dan and young Ben, who had a head-to-head, yes, head-to-head, Liverpool and Everton. They brought up all the Premier League and they were talking about legends and, well, talking about the players, the up-to-date players now. And as I say, it was a great show to film. I stood behind and I told them it's their show, make the most of it. So I think we've hit the nail on the head here and we found something good that's going to improve them and bring the best out of them. And it was nice to give them a chance to open it and close it. At the end of the day, okay, I did come in at the end just to say a few little things, but you could see where I'm coming from, and the kids are looking good, in my honest opinion, and they know the knowledge, they have knowledge about the football, so they're going away and they're taking more knowledge in, and we're going to be discussing next Friday, this weekend, and how the Premier League's gone, maybe grassroots football, and what's happened in DXTL or around DXTL, and what we've witnessed, what we've seen, and we can have a little chat about that. But I'm sure if you did tune in, if you haven't, have a little watch them, tell us what you think, give us some feedback, mal@don'textline.com. It was good to listen to, and I thought some of the humour was very good indeed. Well done, lads. Keep up the great work, and no doubt see you next Friday, all being well. Okay, as we're talking about here, what we're talking about, I'm just making sure that my microphone is on. Yes, it's on, and this is on SoundCloud, by the way. This is DXTL TV from the touchlines on YouTube, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. People can just tune in and listen to the audio, whereas you can see my ugly face here on DXTL TV from the touchlines. Wonder how many are nodding the head there now after I said that. Anyway, hope you've had a great weekend up to now with football, grassroots football. I was out and about at the North Liverpool JFL today. The weather, well, yesterday and last night, the rain's pouring down, the heavens opened again, and I'm sure every manager who's playing on the grass pitches over the weekend here on Merseyside, not sure about where you are, we're all debating whether the games are going to be on, and I'm sure the committee's got battered with the phone, are the games on? Anyway, pitch perfect yet again, and I think and I hope the 2 or 3 year rest that the pitches have had at Jeffrey Humble has ironed out a few of the problems that we had, the drainage problems, and games are going on. Okay, the grass could do with a little bit of cutting, and maybe 1 or 2 of the pitches could do with a little bit of rolling to make them a little bit flatter, but hey ho, the kids are starting to play on grass who played on 3G, and I was talking to a manager there today, Kev, brilliant manager with his team, and he said, you know what, he said, my team, this is the first year they're playing on grass and they can't get used to it. I'm wondering, you can see the difference in them, it's taking a while to get going, but I said by the end of the season, Kev, those kids, they're going to turn around and compare 3G to grass, and if they get a good run on football, with football on the grass, then I'm sure they're going to be like me, pitch perfect, grass, any day, because they can slide tackle, they can get covered in mud, they can get the kits washed for free, they don't have to do it, and you watch when a bit of rain comes to get the mud on them, they're going to love it, going to love the football. Anyway, he's probably agreed with me because he said I prefer grass anyway, because the ball bounce is different. All depends what sort of pitch you play on, I suppose. If you look at Anfield or Goodison's, and you look at the way, even Manchester, look at their pitches, it's like carpet, isn't it? So to play a game of football on that, I wonder what, you know, the kids had a chance all the time to go out and play those games there. I wonder what they think about that grass there. Anyway, I hope you've had a great day. I've really had an enjoyable day talking to committee, brilliant at the North Liverpool JFL. It was nice to see Connor there refereeing as well. Didn't get to speak to Connor, but great to see him up there, and it was great to see every referee who turned up to referee. I think there was 1 or 2 shortages, not that many. We're seeing on social media, it's getting battered about referee strikes and, you know, this abuse, and is it really a good thing? Everyone knows my take on a strike. I don't think it'll be work whatsoever. No matter if the whole country went on strike, and then the leagues are all paying these money, and then all these committees are doing all the hard work, I'm sure some of these leagues will now stand up and say, do you know what, you managers, you take over the games. The leagues will save money. They're not paying the managers, they do a half each, and the football games will go on. And that's no disrespect to referees, but I don't think it's going to do anything to justify it. And not every referee is going to go on strike anyway, because it's not a full-time job in their eyes. It's just as a hobby. They're there to get some cash. And if your league has had no problems whatsoever, why should a referee punish that league and go out on strike? Yeah, to support of the referees, fellow referees, but it's the grassroots football that brings the referees together in the first place. And this is my honest opinion. I work closely with referees. I will work from the touchlines. I will work to try and stop verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying on and off the field of play. If it's affecting our referees, then so be it. We go out there and we'll go gung-ho, and we will report it back to the committee, back to the county FAs if need be, and they will act accordingly. That's the way I've always done things. And yes, we do know you will never stop it. Not in a million years. It's like gun crime, knife crime. We're doing all these awareness campaigns. What do we do to stop it? We think we stopped it and then something will happen again. It's just one of those things that we just got to try and persevere with it, but make a difference. And the only way we can stop this verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, yeah, stronger punishments, stiffer punishments, deductions of points, teams being marched out of the league and not being allowed in other leagues, kids' names taken who are causing all these problems and what have you. County FAs, the governing bodies, should act if the teams are reported. And as I say, I am sure, 100% sure, that they will. Yes, you can always give the option to a referee as well. Well, if you don't like it, and that's why many are probably walking away, then you have the option to walk away from the game. It's entirely up to yourself. It's not a full-time position, as we all say. If it was a full-time position, how many referees would be there paying the taxes, things like this? If there was an organisation supplying referees, would they all go on strike? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Yet we need to protect our referees, and I bang the drum day in, day out, 24/7 about respecting our referees on and off the field of play. The young referees who are coming into the game, the experienced referees who are in the game, we need to protect them. And the only way we can do that is go and talk to the parents on the sidelines about their behaviour and to curb the verbal abuse, because the message we pass out on the kids or for the kids is the kids are playing as well. So the young referees, it is becoming a safeguarding issue, and that's where you need these people to get involved. Any safeguarding issues, they can do all the punishment. They can teach the parents or the irate parents or spectators a lesson. Now the majority of people are out there to enjoy the game. Now even I had a certain problem today, which was fed back to me, and obviously the swearing was coming from the touchlines, and it was between a manager and a parent. Now you only get that feedback after the game, so I've got to deal with that, and I will do as a club, and will do as respect, and don't cross the line. It's what we need to do to curb that straight away. And believe me, I've been in the game far too long to not know any difference. I can do and make a difference within that team as well, because it'll only scare other parents away eventually. So we need to nip it in the bud as quickly as possible. That is what it's all about. I don't expect, because I've got a team in there, that they're going to be unbelievably perfect. As we say, we need to talk to them. We need to give the code of conduct out. We need to tell them what the league is all about. And this North Liverpool JFL, it's 3 strikes and you're out. Your team's winning by a margin, should we say, which you're over the moon for. I like my team winning, but I'd also like my team to lose as well, because it brings in the normality to the team. Let's say that, because it's not all about winning, is it? You can't go every day thinking this is it, we win every single time. We need, the kids have got to get used to losing as well as winning. That's basically what it's all about. And all my years in football, that's what I've seen, and it does those teams no harm, I assure you. Some teams don't like getting beat, but some teams do get beat, and we're no different. I want to try and develop the kids to learn and understand that it's a game of football, and if their parents are swearing, they've got to go against it as well, and we're going to drum that in to the kids that they don't like them swearing either. We need to stop it and nip it in the bud before it gets any worse, and obviously that's my job, and I've got 2 days to deal with that. So, and it will be, and at the end of the day, as I've done many years ago, I did talk to the parents, and I'm talking to some hard parents and what have you, and if they've got a habit, if they can't get out of this swearing lark, then we have to do something about it, and we don't want leagues taking action. I think first and foremost the club must take action, and the club must start talking to these people. If they do it again, then you have to either suspend them from your club and don't punish the kid, and just explain, and if they want to pull the child out of the team and go somewhere else, then by all means do that. But I can understand now that where the referees are getting the verbal abuse, and it wasn't to do with the referee, by the way, nothing, absolutely nothing, this is just parents and manager, something was said, I don't know, but we discussed it with the committee, and they're quite happy because we didn't witness anything ourselves, and even if I did do something about it, even the committee, but they will monitor it, and if it happens again, then there will be a strike over it. You know, this is what we need to do. I don't mean the strike, I'm talking about strike. 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, you're out, you've had your warnings. I'm not talking about a referee strike or a manager's strike. We were onto that, and you know, as I just said, we all need to iron all our problems out, and if we've got a minority, then we can all work together and make sure that things don't happen. But unfortunately, as I just said there, you know, we've been doing this campaign going into our 20th year, and nothing is going to change. There's going to be some new parents coming in who are going to be irate, who think they can dictate to the manager, the coach, the referee, the committees, and run it their way, and try and drum into their child that it's all about them and no one else. So we need to work together, make a good team out of it, and parents should respect the coaches, the managers, the teams, each other, and that's what it's all about. Code of conduct, and we have ours, believe me. Anyway, I'd love some feedback. What's your thoughts on a referee strike? Mail@don'ttexttheline.com. How do we combat all this that's happening on touchline? Yes, and majority will say about the FA and the county FAs, but people have got to work together, and even the clubs have got to work together to do something about it. Because I see the FA and the county FAs getting slated, but you have to work at home, as I've just said there. You've got to sort your own team out, your own club, your own parents first and foremost. And I'm not saying it's the manager who's responsible, because I didn't see anything that was going on there today. Myself or Col, thanks very much, Col, for all your help today, brilliant. And you know, the kids, I've got to understand now, the hardest thing, many years ago I was running a football team, 11-a-side, that's it, that was all about football. Small sided comes in, and then you suddenly come in there and you start learning the ropes again, and small sided. And boy, if you got a 5-a-side team and you got 7 players, 2 substitutes, you have to time them to a certain amount of time. This is what the parents do not understand what a manager, coach is going through. You've got to time it so those kids are trying to get the exact time. You've got to time it so, got to try and talk a kid into going in goal. It's very unusual. We did start off with the goalkeeper, and obviously the goalkeeper now wants to become an outfield player, so you've got to work all around that system, and the parents don't understand that. You've got to get your updated subs in, you've got to put your fixtures together, you've got to do your book, you've got to draw, you've got to keep your checking your scores if you do that, and you've got to keep the team intact and show respect on and off the field of play as well. Now, they've got to understand it's not just about standing behind a barrier and shouting and encouraging your team, or shouting instructions, which shouldn't be either, about the coaches. It should be just get on with it, encourage the kids to play football regardless of the score. Under 7s we're talking about in ours, and this is a development league, and the developing young referees, developing the kids to play football, giving them a chance to play football. Even though you're beating these teams and the score could be a little bit of a high score, these teams are still turning up to the games for your kids to play. Not every team is going to be as strong as yourself or as weak as yourself, whichever way you look at it. I shouldn't say weak, you know, I suppose that's the wrong word. We shouldn't say a weak team, we just say we'll just say teams who are better than others. That's the way I look at it, you know, because every child has got a chance to develop their skills, and that should be down to us coaches or managers, whatever it may be, to try and do something about that and let the kids enjoy themselves. But also, we need to talk and speak to the parents about the conducts, about what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. If they're not happy with the children in the team, then there's plenty of teams, but you shouldn't be irate about it. You should be diplomatic, go over, talk to your coach and say, what can we do about it? How can we do this? Simple. Football, it's a kids' game, it's the kids who are playing. I'm talking about the grassroots side of things, the small side of players, up to under 10s, you know. We're looking at, we should give the kids the respect that they deserve as well. They just want to, if you don't shout, the kids won't miss you shouting, regardless, even if it's encouragement. You know, there's someone saying silent sidelines. It never happened, but imagine if we did, maybe the kids would be playing better. We just need encouragement, and we're asking our team, our supporters, our parents, and everyone who's supporting their child in football to please just encourage every child who's playing football and see how the coach can develop your child. That's all it's about. Finding teams, finding tournaments that you can go in there. Those days will come. It's not all about I'm not getting a chance doing this, doing that. Yeah, we've got to make change, we have to, and you have to make substitutions. And doing the timer and getting that right is very, very hard indeed, because you've got to try and keep the track of the score, what the player's doing, when the subs are coming on, when the subs are going off, because you're hell-bent on thinking, I need to get that child so they've got some game time, the amount of, because parents will moan if they're losing 20 seconds, 30 seconds. What can you do if you've got 7 players? It's by rights, and yet in the real world it'd be fantastic if every child could play. This is the small-sided, this is the way it is, and it goes up as we go. Child's teams are getting to be 4-0, they can add another player, and so on, and that is a good thing, you know, because we're lucky at the moment, but we're keeping the 5 on, and we still have 2 subs. And you know, if a goalkeeper wants to come out, then you've got 3 subs basically, haven't you? That's the way I'm looking at things. You've got to try and keep everyone happy. Well, that's all we can do. So the team will now become probably where we work on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper doesn't stay in or out every day. We've got to see what will happen. And the message goes to every team: please respect your referee, your opponents, and also the committees and the referees. Well, I've just said that. I'm not repeating myself, honestly. But make sure that you just go out and enjoy your football. That's the message we want to ask. You know, you've got committees going out there working really, really hard to make sure that the children are safe, the referees are safe, games are going on smoothly, and we've got a responsibility as coaches as well to make sure our parents do exactly that. We don't want parents arguing in front of the kids, and kids thinking it's funny at 7 years of age, or 6 years of age. No, they don't want to see that. They want to see friendship, and they want to see development, and they want to learn development as well. So come on, heed the warning, heed the message. This is how the North Liverpool JFL has gone today. Yes, 1 or 2 incidents, but not really serious. Talk to the referees, their reports coming back. Had a great day, had a fine day. It's fantastic, you know, we've got these leagues who can try and keep the referees happy. And there's a shortage of referees all over the country. There is, for some reason. It's not every league that's verbally abusive. Now, the league that I'm in there today, they don't have much, well, I wouldn't say any verbal abuse. We haven't seen that, witnessed it right from the start of the season. Yes, you've had someone questioning and being over diplomatic, shall we say, towards the referee. Nothing you can't handle. You don't need all your armour on there to get that sorted. No, you don't. You don't need your cameras on board, because cameras in your face aren't too healthy, I suppose. People like to film things, but you need to get the permission for that. That'd be the same for the referee. And how many children would turn around and say, you know, that referee's all over the pitch, you're on that body cam, I'm not going to be filmed. You know, these are the things that we need to iron out and look at and put it all into perspective. But governing bodies should take a tougher stance and give some punishment out. We did see a referee who was assaulted over the few days ago, and I've seen all the what we can do about things, but a strike is not the answer. Honestly, it really isn't. It's not going to stop. You could have a strike for 2 weeks. What are you doing? Stopping the kids from playing football. Fantastic. Then we all come back. And they've had that much of a break, they're all ready to go. You get it again, maybe worse. It's not going to stop. It's not going to say to me or anyone else, they'll go and play friendlies elsewhere without referees. You've seen it all. They'll build their own pitches, they'll put their own jumpers down. You know, I just don't know, but I do need your feedback, please. mail@untexttheline.com. We want to iron the problem out together. We're together. We are a football family, and we need to keep our referees within the game. As we say, no ref, no game. Trademarked by Don't Cross the Line. So when you're using that, please always remember, it's our trademark. No ref, no game. Come back to me, find out a little bit more. mail@untexttheline.com. Yes, we've seen the FAI use no ref, no game. We'll be in touch with them. They know it, they work with us, they support Don't Cross the Line anyway, so they're going to get the permission to use it regardless. And what they'll do is just probably give us the credit for it. You know, that's all we want. A little bit of no ref, no game. Support, work with each other, work together as a team. All working off the same song sheet can only make a difference. So we're all there together, and we're all wanting referees to stay in the game, and we're wanting referees for every kid's game, every man's game. That's what it's about. It really, really is. It's not really the kids' games that referees are getting assaulted. Yes, it's going to happen. It's the amateur games. You see it all this now, and it shouldn't happen anyway. Once is too much, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen, and it hasn't happened in grassroots football or kids football. It has, and we just need to stop it before it begins and gets out of hand. And I'm sure we're all working on it together, because we certainly are. We'll always come up with new ideas, and we always ask you to support our ideas to make sure that everyone is safe and well. There we go. I've gone over my time. Probably bored you too much about it, but let's have your thoughts. Get in touch with myself again, mail@untexttheline.com. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites, and I'm sure we can answer any questions that you have. But let's keep it nice and friendly, eh? That's what it is all about. So I'm on the referee side, I'm on the manager side, I'm on the committee side, and I'm especially on the kids side as well. I don't want them overhearing mums and dads shouting and swearing on and off the field of play. I want them to enjoy life as much as they possibly can, as well as our young referees. So there you go. Thank you very much for tuning in to the TXTL TV from the Touchlines on YouTube, also on SoundCloud, and it's myself, Mal, at Don't Cross the Line, signing off. So myself, Mal Lane, all the team at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, and No Ref, No Game, and also Hearts of Gold. We'll see you tomorrow at 7. In the meantime, have a fantastic night, put your feet up, relax, and enjoy the Premier League. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7. Good night.